Well, we got what we wanted in regards to the fact that we are now in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup and we will take on Chelsea. But that performance, I have to say, was very, very concerning. Going forward, I thought we were excellent. We created a whole host of chances, but where the issue lies is that our finishing was so poor. It took us 20 shots to score one goal, and even then, it was an own goal. And that's really, really worrying for me. The fact that we had that much attacking talent on the pitch, Madueke, Jesus, Martinelli, couldn't get a breakthrough, and then you bring on the likes of Saka, Odegaard, and you still can't force a breakthrough, even with the amount of chances you're missing. And yes, I'm not denying that the Crystal Palace goalkeeper had a phenomenal game yesterday. It was just really concerning. At the back, though, I thought we were fine. I didn't ever really feel threatened by Crystal Palace until around the 90th minute. And then, obviously, they get the goal, and it's what happens in football. If you don't take your chances, you will get punished at some point. But against a team of that quality, it's going to happen. And Mark Gahey steps up and slots the ball away, nod down just there to pick up the pieces and puts it past Kepa, who again I thought had a pretty decent game yesterday. We've really got to work on that finishing because that game should have been out of sight by half time. And I'm sure it will come good at some point. The positive for me is that it looked like we were clicking. We were breaking forward really well. Everyone looked super energetic. There was a lot of energy going forward, drive, passion, commitment. I really like what I saw. It's just that end product we've got to work on, the finishing. Havertz and Gyökeres both didn't play. Havertz is now back in training with the first team. That doesn't mean we'll see him anytime soon. But we've got players to come on who can finish and they've got to improve. But Madueke, Martinelli, and Jesus, again, I thought all three of them were excellent yesterday. We just got to work on that finishing. And I'm saying this in full appreciation that the Crystal Palace goalkeeper had a great game. And then on penalties, 8-7, all of them were perfect penalties. And then Kepa guesses the right way to save one from Lacroix. Thank God for that. We are through to the semi-finals. That could have been a real issue there. And again, we take on Chelsea now in the semi-finals in what should be a brilliant game. We travel away to Stamford Bridge in the first leg, and then we host them at the Emirates in the second leg, which is brilliant because the last time we made the Carabao Cup final, that was the exact run of play in the Carabao Cup semis. Faced Chelsea away from home, drew 0-0, I believe, and then beat them 2-1 at the Emirates to go through. And then obviously we got battered by City in the final. But it's a positive, and hopefully we can get something out of that and go on and win this trophy because it would be massive to end our trophy drought. Just to pick up one, I feel get us over the line in something that may be beneficial in terms of the Champions League and the Premier League in terms of getting over the line. So yeah, lots to work on going forward. Apart from that, I was really impressed with what I saw. But we move on now to Brighton on the weekend where we have to pick up 3 points.